Good morning, YouTube. This is your girl Tasha, and this morning I just want to uh, make a comment, okay, on the Nipsey Hussle. You know, my condolences to his family and his wife. It's a very unfortunate thing, for the world to have lost him, you know. But I'm here today to talk on the topic of what's been going on with Kodak Black. Okay, so Kodak Black have really been doing a lot of talking out and disrespect, you know. But in defense of Kodak Black, okay, Kodak Black he's young. And when I say young, I mean he young and unlearned or has to learn. Okay, and recently a lot of the celebrities been coming out, T.I. and Game, and they don't like how he have been talking, against Lauren London or whatever, the comment that he had made on his Instagram about what had happened. I want to say this, okay? Now, in a sense, he that's his view of it, okay? In a sense, that's his view of how he feel about Lauren London, okay? And it could be me personally, I feel like it was disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie, because if it were me, I would feel like, looking at it, it's just disrespectful. But on the other hand, to Kodak Black, he spoke his truth or how he feel. And when I watched the Instagram, he was just really speaking how he feel. And I know he really didn't mean any disrespect. He didn't mean any disrespect, But at the same time, which brings me to this. You just cannot say anything that you want to say out your mouth. And period, point blank. Like, people got to understand, you just cannot say anything out your mouth. What it say? Life and death are in the power of the tongue. So you just can't say anything that you want to say out your mouth first. Okay? And the second thing is, okay, now T.I. had took to his Instagram, and and he was saying, he was speaking, it was real what he was saying, because he was addressing Kodak Black about what he needs to do, excuse me, and what he needs to do to you know giving him some advice, some good advice for him to take care of that situation, to fix it, okay? But on the other hand, what I didn't like about T.I.'s statement was this. And the Game has also spoke out to Kodak Black, about keeping Nipsey's name out his mouth. Very much good advice also. But I want to say this. Whenever you are talking to someone, you want them to listen to what you're saying and take action. Fix it. Don't let it happen. Don't let it continue to happen. Okay? And I'm putting the shoe on the other foot. If somebody comes to me and I am speaking about a situation, it's how I feel, or and I don't feel as if I'm coming from a bad place, and somebody come to me, raising their voice, no relation to me, and you just talking at me, I'm probably not gonna really hear what they saying, or what I receive what they saying. It'll kind of go in one ear and out the other. So that is a conflict that I do see. Okay. Now recently Kodak Black have came out and he have apologized about the Lauren London statement, and which would be okay for him to do, because you just don't do that way. But, in his defense, he's young, and he needs direction. We all need direction, like no matter what age we are. And when you are an older person, you are pretty much accountable, in certain situations. So as an elder over, the game, T.I., those two being the elders in the situation, they 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 spoke how they felt, and Kodak Black has the right to do the same thing as well. You know what I'm saying? He really does. But looking at the whole picture, you know, you don't go to your Instagram telling somebody what they need to do and talking at somebody and all that. Like, you don't do things that way. I mean, I'm pretty much sure it's not a problem or not an issue at all for them to either find out Kodak Black information, hit him up, and just talk to him. You don't put people out there on Front Street. You don't do that way. You just don't. And that whole situation just kind of had me like, okay, well, I wouldn't want anybody, like, come talk to me. Don't go to social media. Come talk to me. Talk to me. So, and then Kodak Black defense, because me personally, he have been doing a lot of things that are inappropriate or, that just kind of shows everybody where he is. Cause me personally, he probably that's him, but they be on these, whatever they do, these drugs or whatever they do, and he young. And when you young, you do those things. But when you get up a certain age, you don't supposed to be still doing the same foolish things. Okay. And that is what makes me kind of put my focus on the older people in the situation, like T.I. in the game. Because, you don't get on there and nigga, keep my nigga name out your mouth, because if you're able to do that, then he able to make the statement that he makes. Okay. So just putting that out there. Just putting it out there, because it's one thing you say, okay, Kodak, hit me up and talk to you. Then you get him in to the side, pull a man to the side, and just talk to him one-on-one. Be like, bro, when you saying stuff like that, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna feel like that's a disrespectful statement, or just talk to them and just let them know, dude, that ain't even cool for you to say right now. You don't want to say those kind of things in front of people or on your Instagram. Speak amongst your boys. Some people call it pillow talk. Keep that amongst your friends or whatever, but don't just go on social media. And that's what's going on. We are so quick to go to this social media, nowadays. And it has to stop. Like, and the whole situation altogether, hopefully, it comes out that, people learn to be more responsible with this social media, period. Because I just feel like out of everybody that I have heard talk about this so far, I just feel like it was done inappropriately. And truthfully, when I saw Kodak Black, I know he really didn't mean any harm. But people have the things they believe. They want to speak this into existence. They want to do this, do that. Okay, but you got to know right from wrong. Okay, you're going to either be wise or you're going to be foolish. And it was just foolish of Kodak Black to, say that at that time, not thinking. But again, he's in his youth, so some things he's gonna do. But when you become an elder, like T.I., like the game, okay, you don't do it that way. And maybe this is something that people need to learn altogether, because you don't do that way. You call people to the side. You can say, oh, he took the social media. Yeah, but you don't do eye for eye. So, I just think that some of the older rappers, or I'm gonna just call them elders, the elders that's in the rap industry, like we all have to be accountable. Like, we just all have to be accountable, because this not about him or we all one. And we just have to learn to be accountable for our actions, and just like Kodak Black apologized, the game and Ti, they need to sit down and they need to have a discussion and to say, okay, bro, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I came at you like that, but it was a serious situation, and you might didn't know the seriousness of it, and I know you probably didn't. To just sit down and talk with him is what I'm saying, and have understanding. Everybody, we just need to try to have understanding in the situation, and, be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. And that's it. And that's the word for today. Everybody be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. So if you feel yourself moving fast towards anger, sit back, examine yourself, see if you coming from a loving place, you know. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the recent rants that Kodak Black and that's been going on the internet. Cause I did a video a month ago about Kodak Black losing his mind, and maybe he have, or maybe he's been out of it and need to get it back, because he's doing things in his youth, and just being foolish. But yeah, thank you guys for taking time to watch my channel. I thank you. If you like the video, or, give it a thumbs up. If you think it was helpful, share it. And thank you guys for watching, and have a good evening.